Welcome to Night of Champions, a celebration of your Super Bowl 50 champion Denver Broncos. Please welcome our moderator to the stage, CBS's Emmy Award-winning broadcaster who was on the sideline for Super Bowl 50, Tracy Wolfson.
Well, we have a great show in store for you tonight, so let's meet our panel. First, a lifelong Bronco who spent 22 seasons here in Denver as a player and coach, the man who led the team to its third Super Bowl title. Please welcome Gary Kubiak. Next up, All-Pro cornerback, one of the faces of the legendary no-fly zone, a fan favorite here in Denver, Super Bowl 50 champion Aqib Talib. Next on the panel, a hard-hitting safety and three-time Pro Bowler that cemented this defense as one of the greatest of all time, Super Bowl 50 champion, T.J. Ward. Next, a five-time NFL MVP and Pro Football Hall of Famer who finished his legendary career on top as Super Bowl 50 champion. Please welcome your quarterback, Peyton Manning. Receiver who spent 6 seasons here in Denver. He made some of the biggest catches of the Super Bowl run. Two-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl 50 champ, Emmanuel Sanders. Next up, one of the most feared pass rushers of all time, a 4-time All-Pro and Pro Football Hall of Famer, Super Bowl 50 champ Demarcus Ware. And finally, the Broncos' second overall pick in the 2011 NFL Draft. The man who turned in one of the most dominant performances in Super Bowl history. All right, please welcome Von Miller. Well, as Von just said, let's do it. All right. How about that? This crowd is awesome, right? All right. Well, let's get right to it, gentlemen. Listen, I know this whole night is going to be about the 2015 season, but all Super Bowl runs have to start somewhere. And you could argue that that 2015 run started back in the 2013 season. Week 5, Broncos at the Cowboys, Peyton Manning on one side, Demarcus Ware on the other side, and then this happens.
I'm dead.
Mitch Ryan is the fullback, defensive lineman. Peyton still has the football. Can you believe it? Peyton Manning runs it in for the touchdown. Yeah, that wasn't in the playbook this week on the defensive side. Be alert. Peyton Manning can run some bootlegs and running formations.
You ready for this? His first rushing touchdown in 5 years.
You guys do okay one there, right? Out of all plays, do a threat. Out of all plays, Peyton, you run that. I would never think that Peyton would run a play like that. And all of a sudden, it did start the 2013 season with that type of run. Peyton, I mean, you tried that same play when I got here to Denver. And I said, he can't do it the second time. So I didn't fall for it the second time, but yeah, it was great.
Got you when it mattered. It was a nice tackle you made on that running back.
I know, right?
I don't think that was the main reason that Demarcus came to play for the Broncos. I used to be thankful every day in practice that Demarcus and Von Miller were my teammates, that I didn't have to play against them. But playing against Demarcus, what a great competitor. And obviously to get him to come to the team and kind of what he did on the field and off the field as a leader, that was a big kickstart to this Super Bowl season.
TJ, a new coach, a lot of expectations. Was there a sense of urgency entering that season different than maybe you felt the previous seasons?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, in the past, I had played Kub's team, and it was the worst time I had playing defense. So I knew he was going to bring a sort of toughness to the whole entire team, but coming off the first-round exit at home the year before, being our first year as free agents, me, Aqib, Ware, and Emmanuel, it felt like a letdown. You know, we definitely, off the backs of the Super Bowl appearance that they had the year before, thought we were good enough and should have been in the Super Bowl that very same year. But when Kub came in, brought Wade in for us, we knew what we had, right? From top to bottom, from every coach to every player, the depth, special teams, and everything else, man. We knew, you know, we could get it done right now.
And Aqib, this defense was stacked.
Whoa.
Right? You had TJ, you had Demarcus, you had Von. During training camp, when you looked around at the guys you were going to be playing alongside, what were you thinking?
Well, even before training camp, I signed that contract. I got to Denver, and I thought, like, you know, I'm finna be the man on this defense. and I got there, and we just do our little walkthroughs and OTAs, and I look around like, shit. It's gonna be hard to be the man on this defense. So, you know, that probably was the first defense I've ever played on. Probably was the last that we had not one hole in that defense. So it was guys everywhere. So
You haven't changed, Aqib. I love it.
we knew it'd be something special.
Emmanuel, you had to play against these guys in practice. What was that like?
Just put it like this, a lot of sleepless nights, especially in training camp, because I see Talib talking trash, I see Chris talking trash, and I see Vaughn on the sideline talking trash. You don't even have anything to do with one-on-one. You know what I mean? But just a bunch of dogs, And truthfully, I embraced it because they made me better. Iron sharpens iron.
Well, let's get to the regular season, right? To say that you guys started off hot was definitely an understatement. Let's take a look back.
Intercepted by Talib. Has to beat Flacco, and he weaves back to the middle and finds the end zone. It is intercepted. Ball game for the Broncos. Ball is out. It is picked up by the Broncos. Roby, and he's in the end zone for an unbelievable touchdown.
Manning going deep, jump ball, and somehow Sanders comes away with it.
Blitz coming. Bridgewater in trouble. Sack, fumble, it's loose. Broncos have it.
Start this drive and look out, and he loses the ball. This is going to be a safety. Great night for Manning, great night for Denver. They wind up with 500 yards to Green Bay's 140, and they just stopped them.
Well, a 7-0 start to the season capped off by a dominant win over the previously undefeated Packers, in which Aaron Rodgers was held to just 77 passing yards. Wasn't all defense. Wasn't all defense. Meanwhile, the Broncos offense had 500 total yards in that win. Von, put the phone down for 1 sec. I love that you're capturing all these moments right now. How is the team feeling after that game and just about the start to your undefeated season?
Well, the confidence of our defense came from the no-fly zone. Yeah. When you got guys like Aqib and TJ and Chris and D-Stu and Roby, we're in the locker room playing dominoes, and they say, man, we about to kill them. It just kind of like rolled downhill. The confidence came from the guys above, and me and Demarcus, we could just go out there and do our stuff. Our meeting room was led by Demarcus, myself, Shane Ray, Shaq Barrett. We just went out there and did our job, and we got to our first move right away. Yo, give him a clap. Give him a clap up for sure. We got to our first move right away, and if we didn't get there, we knew we had a little bit extra time to get to move B and C. So our confidence definitely came from the no-fly zone. It was an honor privilege to play for those guys, and we just fed off each other. It was an unbelievable experience.
Demarcus, did you feel like everything was just clicking?
Everything was clicking on our defense. I just always used to look back at the no-fly zone. I mean, they were like the heartbeat of the team. And when you can sort of look at a Lions' heart from last season, we were like, we're not losing. And then all of a sudden, the next year, we're like, we don't have to just win football games, we have to steal the opponent's hearts. I'm talking about, we felt that way. And
they rubbed off on everybody.
It rubbed off on everybody.
They had me out there working on my re-step.
Right.
Working on my coverage and stuff. Like, bro, it was unbelievable.
And just the confidence in the coverage. Like, you guys didn't know exactly what this means, but when I did this, that means that I need for y'all to lock the wide receivers down. I would see Aqib Talib get up there. I would see TJ. Everybody would come up, and I would look at them. I would look at Vaughn, and it was like go time. And so then me and Vaughn put his glasses on like this, get down, and I'm down, and I knew that I had an extra 2 or 3 seconds from them guys, and we were just going to get them. So we had that type of confidence.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That really is awesome. Well, we can't talk about this Packers game, though, without talking about Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah.
He had 168 receiving yards in that game. He was absolutely tremendous, but not just in that game, in his entire career, both as an elite receiver, as a teammate, as a friend, and we're here celebrating tonight, and no doubt there is a hole on this stage where DT should be right now.
Sure.
Emmanuel, you were his running mate, you were his friend, teammate. What was it like being alongside DT?
Man, it was the best. I mean, it was the brother I never had. Man, I wish he was up on the stage right here, right now with us. Although, I don't know if he'll be up here because he didn't really catch you on. He didn't really speak too much. You know, DT didn't talk too much, so he might not be. He might be in the stand somewhere, shaking everybody's hands, telling everybody, "Hey, playing with everybody's kids." But he might not be up here right now because he'd be like, "Next question, next question." But man, you want to talk about phenomenal player? To me, I had an opportunity to play with some great receivers. But he was the greatest. To me, he's one of the best receivers of all time. You know, when it comes from a speed, size, hands, like I said, you know, when we inducted him to the Ring of Fame, like I still see him running down the field, them knees getting high, and you like, good luck trying to catch him. Yeah. You know, hey, when DT get in the open field, Peyton, you're not catching him. You're not catching. I wish I had those intangibles, you know, but as good as a player he was, I think we can all agree that the human he was even greater than the player he was. You know? And truthfully, like, he'll forever live in my heart, man. Still can't believe it. You know, it pains me all the time. But, you know, I'm here on earth representing him, and I know all of us up here as well. You know, I'm always wear 88 jerseys to the Broncos games, and I'm always gonna represent for him. Sure. So.
Peyton, what do you like to remember about Demaryius?
Well, kind of like Emmanuel said, I mean, his on-the-field accomplishments are just, they were so hard to describe. He was so big and so strong and so explosive. But off the field, he was always taking the time to talk to all the other players, kids, their families that were in town for a game, in the locker room. After the Super Bowl, all our players are celebrating. He's pushing my son Marshall around in a laundry bin in the locker room. I mean, it's just the greatest moment of all of our sporting lives, and he's taking the time to play with this 5-year-old in the locker room. So it just tells you everything that you need to know about him. He came from a tough background. He beat adversity to get to this point, and he never forgot where he came from. He treated everybody in the Broncos practice facility as good as you could be. The chefs, the cooks, the equipment managers. That just tells you who he was, and he was a one of one, and I miss him every day.
Absolutely.
Von, do you want to add a little bit on DT?
I spent so much time with DT. He's a great player. Like Emmanuel said, he was an even better teammate. He was over to my house 3-4 times a week, kicking it with me and Brandon McManus. I didn't have any kids at the time, but when I had my very first son in 2021, he was the very first guy I called. I FaceTimed him. I'm in the hospital room, like with my son holding him, and I just wanted to share that moment with DT because I knew, how excited he was about like kids. And my son never got to meet DT. I know he's up in heaven watching over my family, but he was an incredible human being. And for the player that he was an even better teammate, 100%. Like I said earlier, if it was a Hall of Fame for being like one of the best teammates, he would definitely be in it. He was an incredible human being, incredible person. It was always more than just football for him, and he embodied that in everything that he did.
Sure.
Absolutely.
And he is certainly here with us tonight in all of our hearts.
He had a Raptor, so he was one of the very first ones to get like this Raptor pickup truck. 6 months later, it's 15 Raptors in the park. He just had this incredible influence on everybody. He was an incredible human being.
Well, thank you all for sharing those stories.